Well, folks, it's been an absolute incredible journey. And honestly, I did not actually know what to do for this video here, except for simply say thank you. So if we click the more links button here, oh my goodness, I've been on YouTube for 10 years. And if you see it, almost 4 million subscribers, 7,500 gosh darn, what the heck's wrong with me? And a lot of views. And yeah, it has been 10 years since I've joined YouTube, and I was thinking to myself, what am I going to do for 10 years on YouTube? What do I need to do? And if you see on my desktop here, we have the 10 years on YouTube ideas. And then when I click into it, it's empty.
Hello YouTube, Camodo Gaming here, playing Scrap Mechanic. This is a early access.
So I could just react to my first video and make it really cheap, but we're going to watch a part of this. I'm going to explain the future of the channel, the past of the channel, and stay tuned until the end. I'm going to show you guys something that I never released. This is not actually my first video here on YouTube.
I've got a little bit more practice here, and I didn't want to like show somebody me.
My goodness, I sounded really like monotone. So yeah, this was the beginning. This was Scrap Mechanic. This was my first video. This video instantly got views, and this is not some sort of like humble brag. This is the equivalent of stepping out into a minefield and not actually stepping on the mine first. Like, I got lucky, because most YouTubers, they're on this platform for a long time before they get any sort of like break. And yeah, it's like, it's one of those crazy things that I didn't expect the immediate success. So I had no clue. I was learning as I was going here. Like, this is my second video. My first video, like I said, I never released because I didn't have this plan of being like, I guess you could say like a let's player on the channel. My plan was I was going to review video games because I like to play, especially back then. It's not like such a thing anymore, like where I love playing a bunch of games, because I like playing games on my channel because they're indie games and they're fun. But I was going to review like AAA games, and those all pretty much suck now. So yeah, like I said, we'll cover that. But yeah, we started off with Scrap Mechanic, and instant success. We started off with Off-Road School Bus, and this just kind of ballooned into other things like, you know what, let's jump down another memory lane thing. How about we go to something that some of you guys might remember, the town. Also, just listen to my voice one more time.
Let's even these up here.
By the way, I was using a Blue Yeti mic, which could pick up somebody farting in the next room, so I had a ton of background noise in my videos. So yeah, if I go to oldest, you can see it was actually, you know what? I played American Truck Simulator, like, right when it released. I got like a couple episodes out on it, I believe. It's a horrible thumbnail, by the way. And yeah, it just kept compounding. I played Planet Coaster. I tried to branch out. It of course wasn't as successful as like Scrap Mechanic was, but one thing in Scrap Mechanic that really set this off was the town, and that officially started with this video. So we did a car repair shop, because I wasn't really good at building cars. I thought I was decent at building like buildings. Also, it does look a little bit potato quality because I didn't know how to actually properly record a game and to make it look clear. Plus, I think I left the depth of field on in Scrap Mechanic, which depth of field looks pretty bad in any game. But yeah, this is kind of what started the town, because I saw the success of this and I was like, well, what if we keep adding? What if we keep doing new buildings, and eventually we just build a town? And yeah, it started off with this. By the way, here's another fun one. You notice that my BeamNG original playlist starts on episode 2? It's because Camodo thought he was going to be edgy in episode 1 and cuss a lot. So yeah, this was the thing. This was like what pushed me over the edge with Scrap Mechanic. This was before Brick Rigs had its explosion of success. And honestly, by this time, I was surprised I made it as far as I did with YouTube, and I was starting to actually run out of ideas for the town. I was like, how do I keep doing this? And this is probably right around the time that I kind of like shut down a little bit from YouTube, because this stuff took a long time to build. Like, this was like, hey, you can record a video, but this is after like 8 or 10 hours of work of just like placing blocks down and trying to make like doors function, and honestly got a little old to me. By the way, yes, I did play My Summer Car 10 years ago or 9 years ago. That was a thing. So I know some people are like, my goodness, have you never played this before? In my latest My Winter Car series. Yes, no, I'm actually like an OG My Summer Car player. I don't know why I stopped playing it, and then I missed like a lot of the really good updates. But if you're wanting to see where everything really started to accelerate, well, here you go. This was the original Brick Rigs. This was 9 years ago, or this might have been 8 years ago at this time. No, I think it's actually 9. And yeah, this was, I feel like I was like, okay, I have another game I can play other than Scrap Mechanics. So I can be a variety like gamer. I can play other things. And yeah, this was, it was freaking awesome. And then, yeah, this started exploding. I was still doing Scrap Mechanic, and I finally realized, like, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna, I don't want to say make it on YouTube, but at least I can do this for a little bit. And yeah, I was making money. I think right around this time I was probably getting ready. Actually, no, I take that back. I don't think I quit my job until like 2018. I think I had like 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I was getting decent views. Like, but I was afraid to quit my actual job. Like Brick Rigs, I think I owe like the start and like middle part of my career. Like I owe it to it because it was so successful. And then of course I linked up with the boys.
Right above.
I'm going.
I think I
We
went
went
late.
way too late.
Oh yeah, here we go. Now this is where it really started to get insane. Yes, that's Spy Cakes and OB. This is when we started collabing, and hey look, old intro. Yeah, this is where things started to get a little bit nutty on the channel. And I was like, oh yeah, here we go. So it led from this to like Gmod, which by the way, I still play Gmod on Camodo too. If anybody ever wonders like, oh, do you play with the guys? We do. We also still play Brick Rigs occasionally. Doesn't do as well as it used to, but you know, I feel like I gotta kind of keep it there for like an OG audience on top of all the other new stuff. You know, you gotta mix the old with the new. And that's probably gonna bring us into like today. Like, what's going on with the channel? Like, what are we doing? Well, we just finished winter break. Hopefully you guys had a wonderful time doing that, getting good gifts, popping fireworks. Hopefully you have all your fingers. And yeah, we're still going. It's still going strong. I think we're hovering right around like 15 million views a month, which is great. Like, it's still awesome. But I am making some changes slowly with the channel. My winter car took off. A lot of viewers for that. So I'm kind of glad I have another like car survival game to play. Because I was running out of things I could do in, like, say, like, the long drive and Mamba Zoo, unfortunately. Because we just, well, I mean, we've ultimately unlocked everything, done most builds. Not saying that we're not going to go back ever to those, but I'm kind of glad we have that going. Of course, we have Beam. Beam is in such an early state right now. I'm going to be doing Beams for a long time. Probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite game I've played on the channel in my 10 years here on YouTube. And yeah, it's just, it's crazy. Like, the lifespan of most YouTubers is relatively short. To make it to 10 years, which there's quite a few that made it to 10 years. There's a lot of people that I've either played with or like I watched that they've been going for 10 years. And it's kind of crazy. Like I was hoping, like, especially when it first exploded, I was like, man, if I could get a couple years out of this, it'd be pretty cool. But to see, like, here 10 years later that, oh, I'm still doing this and I still plan on doing this. I know I might have recently had a couple doom and gloom, like, oh, when am I going to retire videos? But honestly, it's not anytime soon. I still enjoy this. I still enjoy getting to play new games, old games. And even if I was just posting, you know, 2 or 3 times a week, that would still be something where, like, I would consider myself a YouTuber, like, say when I do eventually slow down. But as far as things that are changing a little bit, I am going to be shifting some style of certain videos. I've been testing some stuff out. You might have seen it with some of my beams. I'm still going to do, like, mod reviews, multiplayer videos, but I've been doing, like, kind of like the leveling up kind of challenges, which you see a lot of those in, like, GTA, and a lot of them are like, oh, level up to 1 to, like, 100. And I always found a lot of those kind of, like, cheesy and fake. Like, I wanted to be like, hey, if we legitimately had like 10 levels or 5 levels of a car or a type of thing, like, I still think that's a fun concept for a video, but try to make it as legit as possible. So we're doing that. I'm gonna have some days where, you know, normally I was a 2-a-day guy. I'm gonna be doing some 1-a-days ahead of time here really soon, probably even this week, especially during the week, like when school's going. And I realize that sometimes it's not necessary to upload 2 videos whenever people are out doing stuff. They're in school and they're at work, so it's like, might as well just do your one, make it a fun video, let everybody see that one, and then on the weekends, I still think I'll do 2. Like I said, during the week, there's still going to be some days that are 2. Like, probably today is going to be a 2 video a day. That's the plan. Not going anywhere. Super grateful. I mean, this has been a life-changing thing, YouTube. I mean, if I didn't have YouTube, I wouldn't have been able to buy a house. I wouldn't have been able to meet my wife. Like, there have been just a lot of things that wouldn't have happened. And I honestly, I don't know where I would be right now. So yeah, I mean, this is kind of what I was thinking when I was thinking like a 10-year on YouTube idea. I thought of other things like, oh, maybe I could show my setup. And people don't realize, like, I don't have like some sort of like crazy gamer room or, you know, like over the top setup area. Like I'm literally in an office in my house with a standing desk, 2 monitors, a PC. To the left of me is my recording stuff for like music, and there's a Mac setting over there. Like I really don't have a fancy space. It's just never been kind of my thing. Like, I love like nice offices, but mine's just like, hey, I work in here. So that was like one idea bounced around. There's been a couple others, but I was like, you know what? I think it feels a little more just almost like sincere. Like, hey, here's what's going on. Thank you guys. Let's go watch some of the old stuff. Listen to my old voice. But let me show you guys something. I have been saving this for a long freaking time. Like, I've mentioned this video. Yes, this is Rainbow Six Siege, which is kind of hard to believe that it's actually that old. Never released the video. It is on private. And after 10 years, I'm actually opening this video. I probably haven't watched this video in, I would say, at least 8 or 9. I thought I was going to release it a couple other times. There's nothing special about this. This was a video that I hid because I was like, well, I'm not going to be a review channel. I'm not going to be that style because people were doing it way better than I was.
Now, you're probably asking yourself, why are you just now reviewing the game?
And I can't get over my voice here.
Hectic for gaming. The amount of releases has been absolutely insane.
You know, let me skip a little bit. At least we can see some gameplay. You know, I think in this gameplay, I don't think I got like a single kill in here. I was sitting there recording like, oh, I gotta get some like good moments of me going around. Well, I say I don't get a kill. Oh, never mind. This is a bot. I think this was like the tutorial. You're gonna hear me talking. Like, it's just, I sounded similar to, like I did in the scrap mechanic video, but I was trying to be more serious, obviously. So funny thing is, I sound really bassy here. I didn't know how to actually like work a mic properly when it came to like, oh, like noise, kind of like cancellation and isolation. So I think I literally had a pillow wrapped around my mic, and I was like really close to it, thinking, all right, the Yeti's not going to pick up any background noise this way, and it's gonna like make my voice go in there. But this was like even before like a pop filter, which is typically that you occasionally hear when you say something that starts with a P. You hear like a pop in the voice. I've got a big sock on right now on my mic, but this was before I even had that, so when my P's were like super poppy. And yeah, this video took a long time to piece together. It was actually a nightmare, and I was like, I don't think I could do this. Like, this, it sounds fun on like paper where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna review games because I used to love watching game reviewers. And then once I did it, I was like, man, I suck at this. Why is somebody gonna watch this video over like a professional doing it, or like somebody that's got a way more established audience? So that's when I was like, you know what? Maybe we should start stuff like scrap mechanic. Maybe we should play things like that. But yeah, this was actually kind of like an embarrassing video because like I remember like trying to script this thing. Like I literally had the script wrote out, trying to figure out like what I was saying and trying to sound sophisticated, and I think it ultimately fell flat. But ultimately, I'm kind of glad like it didn't work out. I'm kind of glad I decided not to go any further with this because we have had a heck of a run, and you know what? Like I said, we still have many years left. At least I think we do, unless something gets canceled or AI takes over everything, or I don't know. But as far as the direction, I definitely have changed over the 10 years. If you even look at me like 5 years ago with a lot of like the I would say more kiddie-like videos. Like I've definitely tried to age up a little bit because I realized that my audience was also doing the same from like 5-6 years ago. So as far as the change in content, that's why I think I'm able to do some of the stuff I do now. And yeah, let me know how long you've been an OG. Even if you're new, let me know. Like, you could have just subscribed yesterday. So yeah, let me know. Thank you guys for the awesome 10 years. And here's to another 10 years, maybe.
Bread and butter of the game. This is the 5-on-5 multiplayer mode.